Right. I called you out here today because I think I found something. And I didn't really look around too much, but it's something that I know and I kind of remember, and there's a lot of stuff. There's a lot of information, and I don't even know where to begin. So let's go take a look.
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
It's a little far. Do you guys have enough rockets?
Yeah.
48 on me. And more in my engines.
I have to remember which way to go.
Yeah, I'll grab some more rockets.
It's this way. Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
I got a couple stacks of level 3 rockets on me too, so...
Oh, nice.
Alright, we're gonna go directly this yonder way, okay?
Okay. Now there's Vinny.
Here I am.
Here he is.
Whee.
Yeah, it's quite a journey out here, huh?
Little bit.
Just a little bit.
Yeah, I did fly like 1,000 blocks too far.
Me too.
And it's gotta be
Ooh.
nighttime when we come out here too.
Of course.
Of course it does.
Yeah, just take a little nappy.
Good nap.
Right. Yep. Alright, so this is what I found.
Okay.
Oh, then.
Wow.
Yeah.
This is a building.
With a direct
Yeah.
path.
Yeah, there's a reason for the diorite. You'll find out soon.
Oh joy. No more.
Yeah. And it kind of reminds you of something too, doesn't it?
Yeah, everything's floating like at the main portal.
Mm-hmm. But there's books everywhere. I took a peek at a couple of them, but I didn't read all the way through.
Enigmatic's Retreat.
This one's The Sylvan Silence.
Oh, there's
The
one
Knight's Hoard.
here. The Siren's Drowning.
The
The
Cowboy's
Eternal's
Flag.
Fall.
Hmm.
And then there's a few up here too.
Yeah.
These are the ones that I kind of peeked at. The Scholar's
sure.
Lesson
Tired Track.
and a Final Plea. I think out of everything, maybe we should start with the Final Plea.
Yeah, it sounds good.
Does somebody want to read this one out loud? Somebody better at reading than I am.
Oh boy. Gonna make me read. Okay. A warning to the future to the architects who come after us. I write these words as both a warning and a plea. You will not remember what came before. Not truly. The faces, names, the choices we made will fade each lifetime, but the weight of our flaws lingers, carved into this world. Who knows how many lives you've lived, what names you've gone by, what things you've done. By now you know the truth. We are the same, you and I. You are but a sliver of what we were, a gilded fragment of a shattered whole. How many cycles have passed? I no longer know. This world, your world, is our desperate attempt to fix the disaster we caused and break a cycle. The eternal and the enigmatic stood with me. They tried to help, and I am being beaten up.
This is why we sleep, Vincent.
But sleeping.
Might have been me.
Are you guys done yet?
Okay, there we go.
Rude. Anyway. Let's see. Where was I? Ah, yes. The eternal and the enigmatic stood with me. They tried to help. The others turned away. Some were broken, some defeated, some simply unwilling to see. It was no one's fault, and yet it was all of ours. We were only human in the end, flawed, fallible, and the greatest of those flaws was our failure to learn. We were strong together, but we let division unravel us. Of course, we may bicker and fight. Of course, we may not always see eye to eye. But when the call is made, we must answer. We must move as one, or we will remain trapped in this cycle forever. The three of us discovered a path forward, a way to create a new world, untouched, unburdened by the past. But the cost was uncertainty. Would we remember ourselves? Would we still be architects at all? Fear held us back as a group, and some of us wanted nothing but believing it would unlock a greater strength, an ascension of sorts. If our failsafe worked, if this library has appeared in your world, then I beg you, move forward. Step into the unknown, together. Forgive your fellow architects. Let go of what was. Accept the world as it is, and all its beauty and all its flaws. Do not make our mistake. The lore keepers. The scholar, the enigmatic, the eternal. That was a lot.
So, I think I talked to you a tiny bit about it. We had that lore keeper assistant or whatever
Mhm.
answer questions. And I mean, we learned I am the wanderer, and Crypt is the cowboy, and Bella is the eternal, and Benji is the Sylvan. I'm not really sure who the rest of them are. The knight, I can't say the word. Please, Vincent.
Enigmatic.
And the siren and whatnot. I don't know who they would be. Maybe the siren's you, since you're out in the ocean.
Maybe. I have had a lot of water-based stuff happen.
Mm-hmm. The
all
knight
the time.
could possibly be Apep, and maybe Vincent's that word that I can't say.
The enigmatic.
Maybe.
And we also know that a scholar is Cade.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So from that, though, these stories that are written are from the past, then?
Okay.
I feel like the three that were up at the front might be the most important ones, too.
Hmm.
Well, the enigmatic sounds a little bit like how I am now.
I haven't read The Wanderers. I mean, I know I've already confirmed it, so it's just... I don't know.
It's an interesting story. I'm reading it
great.
right now.
Perfect.
There's lots of fire and destruction.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you are a little ball of chaos.
Hmm.
Okay.
I think Vincent has yours.
Yeah. Here you go.
Okay. I was just reading the books. Siren's Trim. Okay.
I think the scholar one I might read out loud, so you guys let me know when you're ready.
Okay. Go ahead, I'll read them after you.
Okay. It seems to have really good knowledge on what happened back then.
Hmm.
I'll try my best to not get tongue-tied.
Okay.
Good luck.
Right. The scholar hungered for knowledge, and their only desire was to fill the world with words. They set forth with a heart brimming with endless curiosity, building great libraries. Towering castles rised from the earth, their walls lined with books that held the secrets of the architects. They gathered stories, uncovered lost knowledge, and even created knowledge of their own. Their books taught others how to build iron farms, how to tend to bees, how to bring life to the architect's stories. But curiosity is a flame that does not know when to stop burning. The scholar sought to test the power of their words. They wrote stories of a secret order, a dark group sworn with diorite blades, meeting in hidden tunnels beneath the earth, conspiring against those who refused to join them. They chronicled and brought life to the dangers of the depths of the creeping skulk that spread under the siren's power. And with ink and paper, they created the first rift amongst the architects. Once, knowledge had been freely shared. Now it was hoarded. Suspicion grew where trust once stood. Stubborn and unyielding, the scholar refused to be denied. What knowledge was not given, they took. They slipped through hidden tunnels, stealing what they deemed too valuable to be lost. And in their arrogance, they did not notice the division they were causing. Their library walls became lined with stolen knowledge, guarded by the very diorite followers their stories had conjured into existence. The strain among the architects deepened, none more so than with the Wanderer, whose books told of Everdale, of wolves and werewolves, of adventures unbound. To him, these stories were more than ink on a page. They were a piece of his soul. The Wanderer came to reclaim them. The scholar stood firm. Knowledge must be preserved, collected, they argued. That the books were free to be read, that nothing was truly taken. The Wanderer did not agree, and when words failed, he let his fury speak instead. The scholar sat amid the wreckage of their once proud library, the echoes of the Wanderer's rage still ringing in the shattered halls. And in that moment, amid ruins of what they had built, a strange sense of relief washed over them. They were no longer bound by their own knowledge, and with this revelation, their eyes opened to a far greater truth. Their world was falling apart. The architects, once the pillars of creation, had become divided, their hearts blackened by corruption, their hands tearing apart what they had once built together. A world that had thrived under unity was now unraveling, frayed by ambition, fear, and greed. And the scholar, who had only ever sought to preserve knowledge, realized they had been the first to break it. Regret settled deep within them. They vowed to restore what had been lost, to mend the architects before the damage was beyond repair. But it was too late. The world had already been doomed. The scholar knew then that they could not save what had already crumbled, but perhaps, just perhaps, they could ensure that the next cycle would not repeat their mistakes. With tattered robes and weary hands, the scholars set out on their final task. Not to gather, not to take, but to warn. To leave behind a message for the architects yet to come. A warning not to let division define them. A plea to not let history repeat.
Oh,
Yeah, so I see why you were talking about my book.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Yeah.
there's lots of fire and ruin in these books. Lots and lots.
And I can't say that the books are wrong. And I can't say that history isn't repeating itself either, because it is.
Yeah.
yes.
I found out who stole my books.
Was it them?
Yes.
So it wasn't the keeper, it was Cade?
Yeah. And I was going to go destroy everything they owned.
Goodness.
Jeez. That's a little extreme.
Little bit. But I don't hear.
Well, how would you feel if somebody took your things? How would you feel if somebody took your base and took all the stuff that you loved?
Mildly upset, but I don't know that I would destroy them over it.
Yeah.
I would hope to have the wherewithal to try to reason with them.
Well, we just read, right?
Mhm.
I tried to reason with them long ago. And what happened? They refused.
I suppose that's true.
I suppose, but
Very true.
maybe you just have to keep trying till they don't refuse. Instead of going on rampages.
I would hope one would reason or listen to reason rather than continuing to deny and say no, you may not have your things.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what's going on with them at the moment.
Maybe if Blockade
They're
reads these books, they'll learn.
a little different as well, so everybody's been a little different lately.
Yeah.
But you two don't really see them as often.
Yeah,
No,
that I can admit.
kind of just hang out in our own areas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Were your books pretty accurate?
Down to the chickens.
Chicken
Down
head.
to the chickens.
Down
What?
to the chickens.
They're adorable. What do you have
Yeah.
against chickens?
Look through mine real quick.
Nothing.
They just go bagok. And bagok. And bagok. And lay eggs. Which make delicious cake.
Oh boy.
Is all of this implying the skulk is my fault? If I'm the siren?
Possibly?
Oh, yay. It's my fault there's tentacles everywhere.
Yeah, but it's Cade's fault about
Kinda
the
makes
die, right?
sense.
It's kind of Cowboy's fault too. I read that one earlier.
Yeah, this sounds pretty accurate. Just kind of hang out by myself while everybody else is fighting.
Okay.
Oh, more skulk.
Skulk, skulk, and more skulk.
Yep. Apparently the skulk's my fault. I'm very sorry.
Well, the skulk we've actually managed to get under control, so
Yeah, this is all these books are so happy.
yeah.
Yeah, very.
Yeah.
This one ends with the sea being empty. That's great.
So what do we do?
Well, if we're trying to change fates, maybe you don't go on a rampage. No
There's the fun in
rampages.
that.
No rampage. Talk-
Yeah.
talk back.
Forgive your fellow architects.
Talk it out.
Yeah.
Offer them food.
I don't want to talk it out.
Food.
You could offer them potatoes.
Yeah, they like potatoes.
They love potatoes. Maybe last time you
Yeah.
didn't offer to trade for potatoes.
You're not helping the cause. I don't like potatoes.
But Blockade loves potatoes.
Yeah.
Ugh.
That was the point. Blockade loves potatoes.
I'm gonna read the rest of them on my own time,
Yeah.
but I guess there's one more book. It's written by me. Or one of me? Question mark? Like, we're not entirely them, right?
I
I
don't know.
We kind of are.
Not truly. Yeah, we are the same. But it says we're just a sliver of what we once were.
Well, maybe something serious with us was lost when things happened. Perhaps we had to lose a part of ourselves to continue the world.
Yeah, and they said they're not sure how many times we've gone. Because a lot of the information that we got to the lore keeper was really fragmented, and it sounded like we were talking to multiple different people.
Weird.
And there was another person too. The Dragon Slayer sword. I don't have one on me. It mentioned another person too to help the Dusk.
The dusk?
Yeah. So that's just another person. And then there's the question too, the keeper, I mean, huh, we don't have to worry about him anymore, but who was he?
That's a good question.
Yeah. Well, this book is short at least. Yeah.
What
A
a
tired
questions.
traveler. It says, despite the state of the world, it is not too late, architect. No matter how dire things seem, your fate remains in your hands alone. Learn from our mistakes. A new path awaits. Whether we remain as we are or become something else, we will always be architects, creators, forever guided by imagination and wonder. Greater things await us. When you are ready, this portal awaits, ready to lead you to the next adventure. This portal?
That portal?
Don't touch it.
No touchy. No touchy.
No touchy right now.
Back away from the.
Yeah,
away
but this
from the
book
portal.
also says that we all have to agree on going.
Yeah.
Yeah, step into the unknown together. Even if I forgive Cade and move on, it doesn't mean Cade will forgive me and move on. Or Crypt or Bella or Hingy, any of them.
But what does Cade have to forgive you for? You're not the one who stole stuff.
Well, yes, but you know what I mean. We're not exactly on the same page.
True. That's true.
We've all been divided from the beginning.
Yeah. Could not go on a rampage. That'll be different. And I could get out of the ocean a little bit, I guess. Actually hang out more. And then you could stop with the chickens.
Is that the reason the world fell apart? The chickens
It's the
took over?
chickens. It's the
Oh
chickens.
my
I mean,
goodness.
Probably. I may or may not have an entire shulker box full of eggs.
Oh,
Oh
dear.
gosh.
But the chickens at the base were none. So I am not the only one with a weird chicken obsession.
I think there's another word he was gonna say.
There most certainly was, and it did not feel appropriate. It would have just been kind of weird.
Yeah.
Because chickens are adorable.
All right.
Chickens are food, but chickens are also friend.
Well, this book written by me says we have time. It says we have a lot more time than we think. Or that it's not too late.
But that assumes that we're going down the same exact path with the same exact timeline.
Yeah. Why are you looking at me?
Just
Because
you were talking?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that part.
Uh-huh. Oh, I don't believe Vincent for a second now.
Do you ever believe me?
Yes?
That's all.
Hell. Don't push me into the portal. I don't want to go in there alone.
No.
I mean, that sounds like a pleasant trip to me. It sounds like a little vacation.
Well, it doesn't matter if one of us goes or three of us go. If the rest of us stay, we're just gonna end up right back where we started.
Yeah. I do wonder, though, what would happen if one of us went in just to see, you know, make sure it's even safe for the others.
But you can't even guarantee that you come back.
Mm-hmm.
True.
Yeah,
That is a problem.
Mm-hmm.
it is definitely a problem.
Don't want to do that thing where we keep sending more and more people because nobody answers back.
I mean, that could be a good way to get everybody to go. Hey, you need to go check on Vincent. Go into the portal. And then, hey, Vincent and so haven't come back. Go in the portal and check on them.
I don't know if it's agreement, if it's trickery. Just saying.
But it would
Aww.
just be. Are you sure it would be trickery and not just genuine concern?
It would be trickery for some people.
Yeah.
I suppose that's true.
Yeah.
Okay, well. What's the plan from here?
Probably go with, trying to do things like kind of different from what we read.
Yeah.
Like not play the same roles and see if it changes things.
Slightly.
Yeah. See if it
I'm gonna
Okay.
Tell
helps.
everyone,
Okay.
going on an adventure.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna tear everything Cade built down.
There you go.
That's good.
But it could be fun.
No.
Oh. Okay.
I won't just lock myself in the ocean. Although I still need to do some building in the ocean.
Well, I don't think the ocean is the problem. It's just, maybe hanging out with the others a little bit more, I guess. Being more aware of what's going on outside and...
Be less of a hobbit? Hermit? I don't know which is the appropriate term this time.
Hermit hobbit. Yes.
Yeah.
And you're a hermit and you're a hobbit. Or wait, you're a hermit and you're a hobbit. You're definitely a hobbit. Yeah.
You did
Yeah,
live in
yeah,
a
yeah.
hobbit hole.
Yeah, I
For a
live in a
little bit.
hobbit hole, and I enjoy food.
Yes.
I like to cook.
Yep.
Love to make treats.
Okay.
Yeah, that's all I got for ideas so far.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll try to do things differently then.
No fiery rampages. No fiery rampages.
Can I do a mild rampage? Can I do a mini rampage?
Are you going to destroy things in this rampage? Then no.
I got so much TNT though.
Well, we'll go nether mining.
Okay.
That's fun. Blowing up the nether's always fun.
Yeah,
You know,
you're right.
I have a secret room at my place, and it has a lot of diorite and chickens. You could always go and liberate them with that TNT.
There you
I'll
go.
kill the chickens too. There's no liberation for the chickens.
Well, I guess
can
it's
open up
kind
the-
of liberation. They're not trapped
Open up the
anymore.
back door. I'm sure they'll leave.
The KFC? Anybody?
It's a type of liberation.
It's a type
mean-
of liberation.
That's already what they are, so you know.
We already know that. I don't really have an opinion of diorite either way.
We have
It's a
friend.
block. It's useful. There's a man. How'd you get up there, sir?
Carefully. Are you breaking the pathway?
You said no destruction, so I'm just partway doing the destruction and letting it go.
Okay.
I'm practicing, okay?
Well, why do you need to practice if you're not going to do destruction?
Self-control so he doesn't completely destroy things.
Yeah, I have a little confession to make.
Mhm.
What have you done?
The portal split down in half was me.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah.
Bye.
You come back here. Do leave us out here. Okay, well, that was a lot of stuff we just found out. at that ruined library. It was a really cool place. I liked it. But yeah, we found out that apparently the skulk is my fault. If I am indeed the siren, which it really, really sounded like. And Nomad has previously gone on some rampages full of destruction and yeah, just fiery destruction. So we'll see what happens. All I can think of for us to do is to just try to do things a little differently than we did them in the books. Maybe change our fate somehow? Get out of whatever weird time loop we're trapped in? That's the only idea I have, so... don't even know. But yeah, we, last episode I ended off with starting the base, as you can see by the little outline out there in the water. Gonna be a pretty big build. It's very tall as well. And I've got all of my materials gathered up, I think. I hope. Hope this is enough. Yeah, just a ton of stuff. Mostly deep slate. A lot of deep slate. So, yeah, I think for the rest of the episode, we'll just do a little time lapse of me building some more of the base. Because it's a big project. Very big project. Might have made it too big. So yeah, we'll just end with a time lapse. I hope you enjoy it, and I will see you next episode. Bye!